Well, we made it to Chicago. There's not a lot of RV campgrounds in Chicago, so we are staying at McCormick's Place. It's actually a big parking lot right by Lakeshore Drive, and there's a few RVs here. Probably going to be more tonight, I would guess. There's another one a little over in the corner, but basically just a big parking lot. It is just basically boondocking. There is no hookups or anything like that, and I think we only paid $39 for one night, and we are basically right in Chicago. And here comes Erica out of the RV. We're gonna get her first impressions of this great RV site. What do you think?
It's low maintenance, a little stark, a little creepy.
The ambiance is not real great, but we're hoping security's good. But we're gonna head into town now. We're gonna walk. It's about 3 miles to the Bean, but right on the other side of Lakeshore Drive is the lake and some parks, and so we just got to cross that road somehow. We're gonna figure out how to do that. Oh, before we head into town, I also wanted to show you this. We got our window sticker for our Fit Trek travel site, and in the back we have a magnet. So that magnet is on the back of our RV. So I think it's pretty cool. Erica's still not so sure about it. So we're walking by McCormick's Place right now. We actually parked in McCormick's parking lot, and apparently the DNC, Democratic National Convention, is being held around here. I thought the main sessions were in the United Center, but some stuff's going on here, so they said we may not have access to some of the roads and things that we want to get downtown. Came out from underneath the tunnel and made it to Soldier Field, home of the Chicago Bears. I'm not sure for how much longer, because I think they bought land a little outside of downtown and are going to build a dome stadium, but for right now, Soldier Field. Caleb Williams, shout out. This is the George Halas statue at Soldier Field. Getting our first glimpse of some of the skyscrapers here in Chicago.
We made it to the Field Museum. Woo-hoo. No mishaps. Went through several loading dock areas, but we made it.
This is the other side of the Field Museum. Now we're heading down to Grant Park. This underpass goes under Lakeshore Drive and ends up going into Grant Park. We're on the Lake Trail. It's a walking and biking trail right along Lake Michigan. And there's the city in the background. And way down there where there's a Ferris wheel, I don't know if you can see that, is Navy Pier. That is the Shed Aquarium in Chicago right there, right on the edge of Lake Michigan. It is just a beautiful day here in Chicago. There are a lot of people jogging and biking and walking here along Lakeshore Trail. Here's one of the little Chicago water taxis. I think it runs from Navy Pier, which is right up there, down here along Lakefront Trail, and then over to the Museum District, which is down there. We're along the busy Lakeshore Boulevard in Chicago, waiting to cross the street, head over into the park. Made it to this cool fountain. I think we're in Grant Park right now. There's the Congress Hotel back there in the distance. It's beautiful flowers, roses here in Grant Park. We made it to Millennial Park, to CloudGate, what I affectionately call the Bean. And anytime I'm here, it's tradition. You have to lick the bean. The only time... What? You don't know anyone that does that?
You're the only person I've heard that's gonna lick it.
The only time that was a problem was when I brought Evan here in the winter to get a visa to go to Ecuador and lick the bean. Well, it was cold, so my tongue froze to the bean for just a little bit.
Is that a story that you're just telling people?
Here we go.
Yeah.
It is time to lick the bean.
You did not. Ew, gross.
There is definitely a lot of activity around the Bean today. And it's a beautiful day. Apparently it's the last day of the DNC convention. Erica is definitely much happier now that she's got some water. Is that true?
That's much.
There's some cool little sculptures here in Millennial Park. What do you think that one down there looks like?
Bean bags.
Yeah.
Candy bowls.
Weird bean bags. That one looks like a bunch of marshmallows on a stick, maybe. A skewer of marshmallows. That's what I would call it. People playing in the water here in this big fountain at Millennial Park. We're back on Lakefront Trail. This trail is over 18 miles long, and I guess most of the way probably goes along Lakeshore Boulevard, but it's pretty cool because you got Lake Michigan on one side, you got the city skyline on the other side. So beautiful place to bike and walk and run, maybe scooter. I don't know, any other activities you think you could do?
Nap.
I don't think you're gonna nap here on the trail.
It's beautiful.
You might get run over.
There's a lot. Hey, we saw somebody in a hammock.
Oh, we did see somebody in a hammock relaxing. There's some people sitting underneath the tree right up here. So
Looks like they're napping.
maybe resting a little bit. Or selling water. I think a guy's selling water. We're crossing a bridge over the Chicago River and heading to the Navy Pier. All right, we made it to Navy Pier so far. Eric says we walked 6.3 miles, and so looks like we're gonna have to do that on the way back probably too, but maybe we won't take so many detours on the way back. But enjoying a beautiful day here in Chicago, and we're probably gonna get something to snack on and take a little break here at Navy Pier. This is Harry Carey's Tavern at Navy Pier. This is the Chicago Children's Museum. And here is Margaritaville. Inside Navy Pier, there's just a bunch of little shops and restaurants. Cool place. Eric is going over here to get a snack. And we'll probably sit up outside by the Ferris wheel. And this is the Chicago Sports Store. And obviously they love the Cubbies here. But they also have all the other teams, the Blackhawks, the Sox, the Bears, the Bulls, and the Fire. Heading up to the second floor of Navy Pier, and this is where the Ferris wheel is. At Navy Pier, they have a little bean. It's not shaped like a bean, but it's still a mirror. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna go find a pretty girl here at Navy Pier. Oh, look at that. I think I found her. Right, Erica, what are we getting ready to do?
Getting ready to do an architectural tour.
Where's it gonna be at?
Detroit? No, it's going to be in Chicago.
Oh, on the Chicago River. So that'll be cool. Are we taking a car or a boat, or what are we doing?
Taking a cruise.
A cruise. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited. What time does it start?
In about 15 minutes.
Woo! So we'll keep you updated. Well, there's some ice cream. That looks kind of good. She just left. Maybe Eric could jump in there and grab some ice cream. So this is the boat that we're going on. Shoreline sightseeing tour, but it's going to be on the Chicago River. One of the things that we learned on our architectural tour was that Chicago boasts the two largest skyscrapers that were designed by women, and this is the St. Regis right here. The St. Regis is the tallest building in the world designed by a woman, but it is only the third tallest building in Chicago. The second tallest building is the Trump Tower just here on the right. But these may be my favorite buildings in Chicago. I call them the Corncob Towers. But the largest building in all of Chicago is the Willis Tower. I grew up calling this the Sears Tower. The Chicago River is definitely a beautiful place, and we couldn't ask for a better day to take a cruise of this gorgeous river and city. Well, we just finished our architectural river cruise. Had a great time. There's Erica. What'd you think?
It was good.
We're heading to, it was a nice stop. Nice break. We sat for 75 minutes, listened about history. But now we're heading to get some Chicago deep dish pizza at Giordano's. Giordano's?
I don't know.
Giordano's? Giordano's maybe. But heading for some pizza. Here we go. Well, we just finished eating some deep dish Chicago pizza at Giordano's. And so for all you Chicago people out there, I know there's a debate over who has the best deep dish pizza. So leave a comment below. Tell us what your favorite deep dish pizza in Chicago is. So we did the architectural river cruise this afternoon. Then they just ate it, some deep dish pizza. So we've had time to reflect. So Erica, what do you think about that river cruise? Is it worth it?
It's worth it. It was really cool. Got to see a different side of Chicago and all the buildings. I'd never done that. It's very cool. I like it.
So what did you rate it? 10 out of 10? 9 out of 10?
I would say 10 out of 10. It was great.
Yeah, very good. So we're on Michigan Avenue now. This is also called the Miracle Mile. All kind of famous shops and stuff along here. High-end retailers. And so we're not really going to do much of that. We're just walking, and I think we're going to be heading back to the Winnebago. That is the Chicago Tribune building. So these are those fountains that we saw earlier today. Now they're projecting faces onto them, so it's pretty cool art stuff. All right, we're entering Grant Park again. We were here earlier this morning and heading back to McCormick Place parking lot for our stellar night of camping, urban camping we're gonna call it. So Grant's Park. A little interesting statue here in Grant Park. Call this maybe water torture, I don't know. And we're back at the fountain in Grant Park. I think this is called the Fountain of the Great Lakes. While we're here in Chicago, I thought it's a good time to announce again that we are still on a push for 1,000 subscribers. Believe it or not, we're only 790 away. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's where we're at. And once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we are going to give away to one of those subscribers $100. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. And then I'm toying with the idea once we get to 10,000 subscribers, and that seems like a super long way away, we're going to give away $1,000. So don't be afraid to subscribe. It's free for you. It might cost us a little bit in the long run, but we're going to do it. All right, head back to the museum campus, Soldier Field. We're back on the Lakefront Trail and heading down to our spot for the night. We're right outside the aquarium. There's just a whole bunch of geese. Well, we're ending our night on a long, let's emphasize the word long, peaceful walk along the Lakefront Trail right along Lake Michigan. So we're south of downtown right now, passing McCormick's Place, and I think Eric said we have about a mile or a mile and a half to go till we get back to the RV. Good night, Chi-Town. At McCormick Place, and this is our home for the night. It is just a big parking lot on the south side of downtown, and buses and RVs can park here. I think also semi trucks, I don't know, but you can't see it right now, but our RV is here and our bikes and everything is still here, so I think it's a pretty safe area. What do you think?
It's not bad.
There it is, the Winnebago, still here. Everything looks great. The bikes are there, cargo rack's there. Boom. All right, Erica's gonna give us our grand total of how much we walked today. We started about noon or a little after noon. It is 7:40 right now. And how many miles did we get in?
12 miles. Well, almost 13. 1277.
1277. So we burned some calories today. Well, this morning before we leave Chicago, we are going to take a bike ride on that Lakefront Trail and see how far we can go. All right, we're out the morning on a bike ride. We went about 6 miles so far, but we got to update some information from last night because we gave you a little, what did we say? We walked 12 some miles, but after we got in the van and our watches updated, I guess, how much did we walk?
14.7.
14.7 miles, and we're gonna
tired.
get in I don't know, at least 12-15 miles of bike riding today. So here we go. All right, Chicago, that's a wrap. It was a great day. We only spent about 24 hours here, but we packed a lot of stuff in. And I think Erica's favorite thing was probably the Lakefront Trail. That was pretty cool. Walking, biking, getting where we need to be on the lakefront right by Lake Michigan. And the RV spot was, it was just a parking lot, but better than expected. What'd you say?
Better than expected, yes.
When we first pulled in, what was your initial thought?
Extreme unease, but it was not bad. It really was not bad.
So it wasn't too bad. And so we're going to sign off here, but please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, tell us what your favorite place to stay in Chicago is and what your favorite thing to do is. And maybe when we come back here next time, we'll try those things out. So leave a comment, hit the like button. See you later, Chicago. But before we could officially leave Chicago, we had to drive by Wrigley Field. And now we're off to Milwaukee.